Finch-Saunders.
And first of all, can I thank our Senedd Commission finance people for their dedicated efforts in preparing the 25-26 Commission budget. I'd like to thank the Finance Committee and you, Perida, as the Chair, and also Heather David as our Mr Chancellor. I honestly think it's the most difficult job that you do have. The invaluable scrutiny that you gave this budget has been very instrumental in shaping this process. We have reviewed their recommendations carefully and we appreciate the opportunity to take them into account. And as a very proud Welsh Conservative Commission member, I am very mindful of how this Commission, uses taxpayers' money and the spending of it. And I'm also aware too of the budget pressures. So it's clear that this budget does reflect significant efforts to ensure effective management of resources whilst addressing the operational needs of the Senedd, particularly as we approach the transition to the enlarged 7th Senedd. The Commission demonstrated, in my opinion, foresight by ring-fencing funds for critical areas such as preparatory works for Senedd's reform, the Ways of Working programme and pre-election preparations. I commend the thoughtful efforts made to manage budget pressures resulting from the creation of new committees, and as noted by the Commissioner to the Finance Committee, these have notably increased some operational costs, highlighting how the budget has had to remain flexible and responsive to evolving need. As the Finance Committee has noted, we are seeing a 16% increase in budget for a 60% increase in the size of the Senedd, and these costs compare favourably actually with other parliaments, observing that the Scottish Parliament is nearly 200,000 more expensive per member than the Senedd Cymru Welsh Parliament. The Commission has made a clear commitment to value for money and notes the responsible approach to managing cyclical costs associated with the pre-election period. There is also a focus on redesigning our estates and services whilst preparing for an expanded 7th Senedd entails substantial investment into estate modifications, ICT upgrades and infrastructure maintenance. Similarly, the transparency around staffing costs and the adjustments made to account for pay awards and employer pension contributions signal our Senedd Commission and its commitment to fairness and efficiency. As the Commissioner explained regarding the 11% increase in operational costs, the issue we do have, there is a pay deal of 5%, which is higher than we bargained for. And factors such as this are just simply beyond our Commission and its control. However, I must point out the elephant in this room. We, the Welsh Conservatives, maintain and endorse our firm opposition to the expansion of the Senedd, the introduction of new members, the new voting system that is going to come in that we believe is less democratic for our voters, and, of course, the additional costs. Whilst we acknowledge the need to prepare for changes stemming from the Senedd Cymru Members and Elections Act 24, we still believe that these resources would be better allocated to essential public services such as healthcare, education, our road infrastructure, social services. I could go on. Expanding the Senedd from 60 to 90 members does entail substantial long-term costs, as made clear by the increase in the budget to over £84 million, representing a 16.77% increase over the previous year. And it is fair to say, as the member for Aberconwy, I have been inundated by numerous people saying, why are we not having a referendum on this matter? And some members of the public are not even aware this is happening, because unless you're very interested in politics, you can miss these things. The vast increase in budget is down to Senedd expansion, as seen in the 147% rise to Senedd reform and related works, 3.9 million only for upgrading the chamber. I say that only in terms of comparison. This, sadly, we feel is not justified, especially given the financial pressures facing public services in Wales. The budget for the Ways of Working programme will shape the future estate strategy for Commission staff members and support staff appears well structured, but I'm aware that this, again, can be an evolving process. I must make it clear there should be continued transparency on this, and I think it's fair to say that we're seeing more transparency in our workings out. Okay. As a Welsh Conservative, my stance remains clear. The expansion of the Senedd is a step we cannot support. It was a challenging task, therefore, to be involved with this budget, and no doubt that the Commission and everyone involved have risen to that challenge. Diolch.